trucks you may not have thought about before. The 1998 Oldsmobiles at Discover Days. Consider the Aurora, the only domestic luxury car named a Best Buy 3-year...
Game summary with 3:48 remaining in the first half. Arizona leading at 27-21. Neither team shooting the ball well. Arizona leading in the rebounding department. Miles Simon, the high man, with 9 points for the Wildcats. Rico Hill, 3 of 9 shooting for Illinois State. Third foul called on Davison, so Edgerson steps in.
They isolated after the last timeout for Hill. He was a little better defended for the first set.
Muller hit the game-winning shot the other night. Dan Muller, so important to this team. 128 consecutive starts for the Redbirds.
Their version of the Iron Man, and Hill with a good dish to him.
4-point game. Simon can't get it to drop.
The Illinois State defense is working pretty well, in my estimation. They've forced this game to the outside rather than the in, just where Kevin Stallings would like it to be. Backdoor cut, not there.
Hill, back iron on a 3-point attempt. And Hansel backs it out.
That's a good decision by Hansel, too, because Hill, after his shot, floated.
Driving in, running one-hander, spins out from Rico Hill. Knocked out of bounds, and Arizona has it.
Good positioning, using the body, but the delivery is just a little short because he decides to finger roll it instead of taking it right to the glass.
Donnell Harris has returned for Arizona. So it's Bibby, Simon, Edgerson, Dickerson, and Harris for the Wildcats.
They will look for a lob over the top to the weak side against zones.
Dickerson, 1 of 6. Knocks it down for 3.
Well, that's one way of beating a zone. Go deep. But the percentages are against you playing outside versus the inside.
Dickerson with 2 threes. Good position, but Hill again cannot convert.
He's getting the shots, too. He's getting opportunities.
He's 3 of 12. Ball fake. Dickerson hanging. Gibbons banging bodies. And Illinois State able to save it. Good hustle play by Cartmill.
Yeah, it sure was. He had to make the decision, too, that it was off his teammate.
Muller turns the corner. Swatted down by Harris.
They get by it. Good help defensively.
Bibby lines it up. And Hill with the rebound on the strong side. Illinois State will slow it down with 1:34 to play in the first half.
That was at the direction of Kevin Stallings, who jumped up off the bench momentarily. So let's make sure we get a good look.
Hill lost his footing.
Good cut.
Hansel. Tough angle underneath the basket.
Oh, great block at the jump.
Come by Harris.
Good call from Timmy Higgins along the baseline.
The possession arrow in the direction of Arizona. Well, coming up on Pennzoil at the half. Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, Dean Smith will get you updated on all the tournament news, all the scores and highlights. That's all coming up on Pennzoil at the half. Jason Terry returns for Arizona.
Good ball movement initially by Arizona.
Simon. Gibbons, the box out. 7-point game, under a minute to play in the first half.
See if they try to get Hill the ball in the blocks one-on-one. There it goes.
To the post, Rico Hill using the window.
That's a great delivery, too. Cartmill with a good read. Good work. 2-man action on the lower left side.
About a 4.5-second difference, shot clock to game clock.
This is a win so far for Illinois State to keep this tempo where they've had it. Arizona averages 92 points a game, and they're right at 30 right now, so the tempo, the scoring pace, right where Arizona wants it. I'd rather where Illinois State wants it.
6 to shoot. 3 to shoot. Simon, a 3-pointer.
Oh, right on the iron.
And a foul has been called on Simon with 2.9 left on the clock.
Well, the delivery and shot was not very good.
1-on-1 situation for Illinois State. 17th foul on the Wildcats.
When you have the possession in the basketball, you want to come away with a better shot. It's like a 20-foot layup up the ladder, and that's a good call because he took the arm away from Muller just then.
Dan Muller, 71% from the line this season. Senior out of Lafayette, Indiana. Oh, friendly, huh? He just epitomizes the term team player.
And they have to be worried now, though. Illinois State, they can't fall asleep after this shot. There's 2.9 seconds left. It's like an eternity with a team like Arizona if they decide to go flying.
2 out of 2 for Muller. Final second, Terry at the buzzer. Doesn't go. A competitive first half here in Sacramento. The top seed, Arizona, leading Illinois State 30-27 out west. Mike Harris standing by. Mike.
Coach, you have the lead at the half, but Illinois State has control of the tempo. How do you get the tempo back to your liking?
Well, the biggest thing is we've just got to hit some shots. We've had a lot of good shots out of our best perimeter shooters, and their zone has slowed us down, but we've got to take the ball at them a little bit more than what we're doing.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck in the second half.
A 20-10 run to end the first half for Illinois State. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship will continue after this message.
So the sideline dynamics there on the Connecticut bench. Jim Calhoun knows he can be tough on his players, and he has a staff, he says, that has a very good idea of when to pump up the players and when perhaps the assistants need to lean on somebody as well. Nice play by Indiana. Record of Patterson for the dunk, and a 20-second timeout called by Jim Calhoun.
Luke Recker, anytime he uses his bumps and gets himself free, he's an unerring open shooter. Just turns, curls in the middle, and how about this little dish, huh? You've got to be honest with him, and the little dish to the big guy at the 10, Andre Patterson.
Patterson has 7. Time now for the data bank. Most NCAA tournament wins by a coach. Bob Knight, 4th all-time on that list, tied with Mike Krzyzewski, and unfortunately more evidence that there's some friction in their relationship at Knight's press conference before the tournament started. He was asked about a comment Mike Krzyzewski made recently, saying Bob Knight perhaps doesn't have enough people around him who will say no to him and stand up to him. And Bob Knight's response to a question about Krzyzewski's quote at the press conference of the day was, Mike really hasn't been around enough to evaluate.
You're reading into it, huh? Improperly, I guess. A little trap on the baseline.
Shot clock 12. El Amin hasn't been able to get that shot to fall lately. Lewis, the kick ahead. Recker got more in the air. The Indiana partisans thought Recker was fouled. Now it's Freeman laying it in.
He got bumped at this end. Oh, Recker should have been on the line for 2.
First basket for Kevin Freeman. Connecticut back within 2. And a foul called on Freeman as Patterson tried to go by him. 2 personals on Kevin Freeman. 3:42 left in the half. And Indiana leads 31-29.
Timeout.
Driving. Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
With open arms, we welcome you at Pennzoil at the half. Greg Gumbel along with Dean Smith and Clark Kellogg at halftime. Arizona leading 30-27. The Wildcats, a team that averages 92 points a game, just 30 points in the first half.
Well, they haven't made shots for one. The zone defense of Illinois State has bothered them a little bit, and it's also slowed their pace down. They want to speed it up, but they need to make some perimeter shots.
Illinois State went to the zone. They were having trouble with a man-to-man, and certainly you don't want to tell Simon and Bibby not to shoot outside jump shots. So Arizona will probably get going now.
All right, Coach. Meanwhile, at the MCI Center in Washington, D.C., second round action in the East, Indiana and Connecticut, and it's the Hoosiers in the lead. Let's join Sean McDonough and Bill Raftery at the MCI Center.
Indiana 33, Connecticut check as Khalid El-Amin tried to drive by Michael Lewis, and Lewis was whistled for number 2. Earlier today, Washington had a relatively easy time of it against Richmond. Huskies prevailed 81-66. They have advanced to Greensboro and will meet the winner of this game on Thursday night in the Sweet 16.
And, Sean, you can see that trip. Indiana playing great post defense. Jake Bosco can't get a touchdown there. Forced to jump shots and occasional drive.
Richard Hamilton missed the baseline jumper and the rebound by William Gladness. For those who just joined us, this has been a tight game throughout. The largest Connecticut lead was 6 at 6-0. IU's largest lead is 4.
They're trying to go on Bosco there. Nice. Ooh, Jones thought he had a piece of it. Little grab.
First foul on Rashamel Jones, Chester, New York, who was their second leading scorer last year at 13 per game. He struggled through a very tough season this year, but showed signs of getting back on track with 17 in the Big East championship game against Syracuse.
Shooting 1-1.
Different Indiana team. We saw them during the course of this season when Andre Patterson disappears. They just don't have that threat inside. He keeps everybody honest defensively. They use him for the rubs and also the ability to catch the ball on a kickback.
8 points for Andre, now 9. And Indiana has its largest lead, 6 points with less than 3 minutes left in the first half. El-Amin. He's going very cold.
And 1 and done as well.
El-Amin is 3 for 12 now from the floor.
Does it look a little individual for UConn?
Yes.
Not as much team. Nice slip here.
There's Indiana's playing great team basketball. Michael Lewis found A.J. Guyton, and the lead grows to 8 for IU.
They're getting better. We saw that in Chicago.
6 straight points for the Hoosiers. Hamilton with the high arcing three.
This is where they've been paying attention to detail. Haven't turned it over in the backcourt.